Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is sponsored by Vodafone Business in partnership with Samsung. If you're running a business, any kind of business, you're probably spending some time thinking about AI, what to do, how much to use it, and how to even get started. The answer could be in your pocket. The new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, powered by Vodafone Business's reliable, award-winning network, will help you unleash your productivity through brilliant built-in Galaxy AI. For example, Note Assist will automatically correct, fix the spelling, formatting and organise your meeting notes so you can stay tuned into the session without any worry. This week saw a surprising new fan of AI as Abbas Bjornulveus revealed at South by Southwest in London that he's been using AI to help generate new material, although he warned it's really bad at lyrics. Mamma mia. Getting back to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, to take advantage of all the features and change the way you do business, you'll need a Samsung account and a network connection. To find out more, search Vodafone Business Samsung, and for network verification, go to vodafone.co.uk/network. On today's Smart 7, government plans to invest billions in nuclear energy, Austria stunned by school shooting, and much more. It's Wednesday, 11th of June, it's Corn on the Cob Day, and happy birthday, Hugh Laurie.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
There was another sign of the growing frustration with Israel amongst Western governments on Tuesday as 5 countries moved to sanction 2 Israeli cabinet ministers. The sanctions will see the 2 banned from entering the UK and was part of a move carried out in coordination with Australia, Norway, Canada and New Zealand. Foreign Secretary David Lammy says the government is out of patience with the 2 far-right ministers and their incitements to violence against the Palestinian population.
Ben Gvir and Smotrich have been inciting violence against Palestinian people for months. Today we are announcing sanctions against those individuals. This has to stop.
Meanwhile, Swedish activist Greta Thunberg found herself on the way home after her failed efforts with the so-called Freedom Flotilla ended in arrest by the Israeli Navy.
They did an illegal act by kidnapping us on international waters and against our will. But that is not the real story here. The real story is that there is a genocide going on in Gaza.
Prime Minister Keir Starmer was in Suffolk on Tuesday to announce a £14 billion investment in nuclear power. That will see the development of what is known as Sizewell C, which could create up to 10,000 jobs in the construction phase, but will take at least 10 years to complete. The aim is to bring down energy bills, improve the UK's energy independence and prepare for the increased power demands from data centres and AI. Chancellor Rachel Reeves announced the plan at the GMB Union Congress.
This government is giving our full backing to the Sizewell C nuclear plants for the first directly state-funded nuclear power station since 1988.
The government may well have an eye on the tech success that France has seen from nuclear energy, and Energy Secretary Ed Miliband says the government's future energy strategy needs to have a multi-track approach.
Some people might say, well, why don't you just do renewables? We do want more renewables, but we also need nuclear. Electricity demand is going to double by 2050 as we move away from those insecure, volatile fossil fuels.
Austria is set to hold 3 days of national mourning after the worst mass shooting in recent history unfolded on Tuesday. A gunman shot dead 9 pupils and 1 adult at what turned out to be his old school in the southern city of Graz. The 21-year-old attacker, who hasn't been named, also wounded several before turning his gun on himself, leaving a death toll of 11 and a nation in shock. There were messages of condolences from EU leaders and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, while Austrian Chancellor Christian Stocker addressed the media.
Today is a dark day in the history of our country. The shooting spree in a school in Graz, in the Dreischützengasse, is a national tragedy which has hit us deeply.
It seems to be military week at the White House as Donald Trump dispatched more National Guard troops to Los Angeles on Tuesday. California Governor Gavin Newsom is not happy that troops and Marines have been sent to deal with what have been mostly peaceful immigration protests, and the California Attorney General has filed a number of requests for emergency restraining orders to stop the measures. Trump is looking forward to the military parade he ordered for Washington on Saturday to celebrate 250 years of the Army and, of course, Trump's birthday. He was warning on Tuesday that any protests at his birthday party would be met with heavy force, and he continued to talk up how bad the situation would or could have been in LA without his unwanted intervention.
We didn't send out the National Guard, and last time we gave them a little additional help. You would have, Los Angeles would be burning right now. Los Angeles would be not a lot different than what you saw take place in California and Los Angeles just a little while ago.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro England's stumble against Senegal, and Robert De Niro explains why he is a funny guy. Right after this.
Hey, it's Jamie East here, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is sponsored by Vodafone Business in partnership with Samsung. When you're running your own business, pretty much anywhere can be your office. The spare room, the back garden, or, even the local cafe. And with the power of Vodafone Business's reliable award-winning network, combined with the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, there's no limit to what you can do pretty much anywhere. For example, if you're working and caffeinating at the same time, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra will allow you to seamlessly complete actions across a whole range of apps to find relevant information and send it where it needs to go. It can even summarise YouTube videos for you and save it to Samsung text notes. That's the power of AI in your pocket. This week saw a surprising new fan of AI as Abbas Bjornulveus revealed at South by Southwest in London that he's been using AI to help generate new material, although he warned it's really bad at lyrics. Mamma mia. And getting back to Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, to take advantage of all the features and change the way you do business, you'll need a Samsung account and a network connection. And if you're using the seamless action across apps, it's compatible with selected languages only. You'll also need a Google account login, and the availability of search functions may vary by country, language and device. To find out more, search Vodafone Business Samsung, and for network verification, go to vodafone.co.uk/network.
Welcome back.
We're exactly a year away from the opening ceremony of the 2026 World Cup. The tournament is scheduled to be jointly hosted by Canada, the USA and Mexico, which might have seemed like a good idea back in 2018, but it now sounds like an immigration nightmare. This week has seen some qualification games, with Finland, Poland and the Netherlands all in action. England were busy with another friendly after a disappointing 1-0 win against lowly Andorra, and new manager Thomas Tuchel was expecting better against Senegal, ranked 19th in the world. Things didn't go to plan though, and Senegal won 3-1, handing Tuchel his first defeat as England boss, and England their first loss to an African nation.
It's a hard learning, it's a tough learning that we absolutely don't like. I hate losing, but we go from there and we will be competitive in September.
Robert De Niro is no fan of Donald Trump. He made that clear during the 2024 election campaign, and he was at it again at the Tony Awards this weekend. He announced that it was no longer a case of down with Trump, it was F Trump, to considerable applause. He was in a mellower mood when he popped up on The Tonight Show to confirm that 25 years after the first Meet the Parents, there is going to be a fourth movie, which will star Ariana Grande. He chatted about his track record in comedy, including an appearance on the SNL 50th anniversary show, and says despite appearances, he's always been a funny guy.
My mother told me I was funny when I was a kid. Midnight Run was, I read the script, I said, this is great, I'd love to do it, it'd be a lot of fun. And I had a lot of fun doing it. The thing is, even with the Debbie Downer thing, I mean, I laughed during a rehearsal because it was very funny, but then when you do it, you got to do it straight because the humor is how serious you are.
Michael Connolly is a truly prolific author. He's written 38 novels and sold 74 million books worldwide, and his works have been made into movies and TV series. His most famous character is probably Detective Hieronymus Bosch, a grizzled LAPD veteran who is resolutely old school in a good way. Bosch has had a long life as a Prime Video TV series, with 7 seasons featuring Titus Welliver as the detective, 3 seasons of Bosch Legacy, and now a new version called Ballad, which stars Maggie Q, is about to drop. It's set in the Bosch universe, and Harry even turns up occasionally. The first episodes drop on July 9th.
These cases, they are connected. I heard about what you did last year. Thought it was brave. Somehow I think if I prove myself in cold cases that maybe things can go back to the way they were.
The way things were might not exist anymore.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes.
we'll give you the world.
Did you know that foreign investors are quietly funding lawsuits in American courts through a practice called third-party litigation funding? Shadowy overseas funders are paying to sue American companies in our courts, and they don't pay a dime in U.S. taxes if there is an award or settlement. They profit tax-free from our legal system, while U.S. companies are tied up in court, and American families pay the price, to the tune of $5,000 a year. But there is a solution. A new proposal before Congress would close this loophole and ensure these foreign investors pay taxes, just like the actual plaintiffs have to. It's a common-sense move that discourages frivolous and abusive lawsuits and redirects resources back into American jobs, innovation, and growth. Only President Trump and congressional Republicans can deliver this win for America and hold these foreign investors accountable. Contact your lawmakers today and demand they take a stand to end foreign-funded litigation abuse.